Yes,
So
welcome, Mark. What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to see you.
Welcome to BPMusic Talks.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Great. Yeah, just answer your question. Yeah, I don't know. You didn't answer me when I sent you the email. I only got your logos. So I was like, "Where's the tunes, man? Where's the tunes? You want to hear the tunes?"
I gotta keep you waiting, you know.
That was last minute. I almost thought you were gonna turn up. I was like, yeah. Actually, the artist was supposed to come on yesterday, man. He was a no-show. I was like, yo, what is that? But it's all right because I get a night off, man. So I don't really care, you know. I'm like, okay, I'll go to sleep then. I'm trying to help people out. So if no one wants to, then sack it. What can I do?
Yeah, I guess because it's so long away from when we arranged it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
isn't it? So yeah.
I always try and hit people up shortly before and say, hey, we've got an interview next week. Send me whatever I need. I always try and do that. Sometimes I forget though, but luckily some people are on point. Some people will call me out, and say, yeah, what about the interview? And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, man. Sorry. Got so many interviews, man. I'm so inundated with everything. I can't keep on top of everything, even though I'm doing my best. I do my best.
Yeah.
So where are you from, man, Mark?
I'm from Manchester.
From Manchester? Oh,
yeah.
No, man, no. What are you doing from Manchester?
Manchester's a pretty cool place, It's quite like it's a bit of a trendsetter city. There's a lot of things that came out of Manchester, a lot of music, famous music.
Yeah, Oasis, said it. Oasis.
Yeah, that's the obvious. Yeah, I think half the Spice Girls came out of Manchester.
I was at scary Spice, yo. I feel it's so. When you look back now and you think about it, it's Scary Spice. Why is the Scary Spice just happened to be the black girl in it? No one else is called Scary Spice. Yo,
I know, innit?
I'm still mad about that. When I even wrote her on Twitter and I was like, yo, please don't call yourself Scary Spice no more, man. You don't understand what they're trying to call you or say about you. You know what I mean? That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
It's true. What was it? Is it Mel B? Is that
Mel B? Yeah, Melanie Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, man. So Manchester. Yeah. So you started doing music. When did you start doing music?
I've been fascinated with music since I was a baby. My mum said I used to play with all her records when I was 3 years old. Used to take the records out and start, messing around with them. So the fascination with music was always there. And then those records eventually started to listen to. My brother, he also had his record collection because he was a lot old, quite a few years older than me. Yeah. So, your big brother's music collection. So my taste in music became quite eclectic and, because he had like Prince, he had Public Enemy, he had Dire Straits.
Oh, the classics, man, the classics.
Yeah, man. All these different types of music, The Doors. So he had a wide variety of music. So that was a little bit of inspiration. Just started to listen to different music. Eventually, I drew towards hip hop and Public Enemy the most. Like I was like Public Enemy. It was just so cool when I was hearing that music and just sounded so like different and revolutionary, and it was like it was powerful music. So that was how I started, which is great. It's a great way to start, and I feel for young people today, they might not have that kind of solid hip hop to start with.
Yeah, that's true. Also,
you froze a little bit actually.
I can hear you though.
Or have I froze?
I think you kind of froze, but I can still hear you though, man. So just keep talking away.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, having all that was just amazing. So and then eventually I have a bit of a church background, so I started going to church.
Yeah.
And within church, there was lots of opportunities to do things as there always is in church, be on stage and you know, I was drawn to, you know, I liked hip hop, but I never like rapped like on stage or anything like that. But, you know, people knew that I was passionate about it, and they pushed me towards it. You know, why don't you give it a go? You know, I'm like, you know, you can do this, you know. So yeah, I started to get on stage and started to perform, write my own songs, and people liked it, and it was always something people were drawn to. So
Yeah.
That was when I was like, yeah, this is something I really like. I enjoy it. So it just went on from there. And obviously my experience in church and making music, making songs, gospel music, it just started to really open my mind to the idea that I could do this, because it always seemed something so far away, you know, because when you're listening to hip hop as a kid, you're thinking, nah, this is for the streets of LA, or you know what I mean? This isn't for me, you know. From Manchester, you know. So yeah, and then obviously you start to see artists from the UK come up as well, and you start to see, okay, so artists are doing their own thing. But it was always because I had that, you know, I always felt like music had to have a meaning. It all started with, you know, Public Enemy, and then obviously going to church, and then making songs that had meaning and had thought. So that was why music was like that for me. It was, and I always made music that was conscious, that was, well, it was gospel at one stage, but then I started to expand it to even more areas as I eventually, you know, I wasn't going to church anymore, but I still was creating music. I was still rapping, you know, and it only made my music more expansive, to reach more, touching more topics, more areas from different perspectives. So it just grew as I got, you know, older, and you know, and I never, you know, been a full-time artist, but I've always been creating music. I've always been writing songs since I was a teenager. So it's something that has been put on the back burner, but every now and then it comes on the front again, and I start creating again. And lately, that's where I am right now. The pandemic, the lockdown was like, okay, I need to start creating again.
Actually, one of your tunes talks about the pandemic. That's what I liked about it as well. I was like, yeah, man, he's talking about current situations. Just going back to what you were saying about your music, like obviously I don't know if your influences, but the kind of music you listen to. You know, you threw in Dire Straits, which was kind of left field, man, because you had like obviously Commodores, you know, Prince, and then you got Dire Straits. It's like your Dire Straits. A lot of people don't even know about them, man. But they have like one of their best songs, Latest Trick, for example. It's a classic, man. And I think what happened like with us, I don't know if you're an 80s baby or a 90s baby. When did you grow up? When were you growing up? In the 80s or the 90s?
Well, kind of
a little bit in the middle.
Yeah, because I was 78. So
you're a little bit, so even better for you.
Yeah.
What I want to say is, okay, so 70s, the 80s, and 90s babies. Like we had kind of like, we didn't have any real people to look up to in Manchester, in Europe. We were kind of like, okay, all these like soft rock music, and you know, in England, and every now and again you got like music that came across from America, some disco music maybe in the 70s, you know, and then this what was it, just in this electro, like what did he used to call it, man? This electro disco music in the 80s, you know, this stuff, you know what I mean, man? The dong dong dong, the funk and this stuff that came over.
Yes.
But we didn't really get too much.
Like Earth, Wind and Fire and all
exactly. All that just came over slowly, but you know, you heard every now and again. You was like, I like that music, but you didn't really have proper access to it. So we still, we're not like the 90s kids, or not even 90s, but like the noughties or whatever you call them. They've got like all this chance to align to their how do you put it, to their people's music, where we was kind of like, okay, we're African American people. I always say we're African American, but we're not allowed to listen. We have to listen to European music, like the waltz. So so we were fortunate. I think the new people are lucky, but I mean we was kind of lucky that we still get to experience that, and that's probably why a lot of our music does include people like Dire Straits and Spandau Ballet, you know, and all these Phil Collins, you know what I mean? All these guys, because
Simply Red.
But these guys today, these guys today wouldn't listen to that. They wouldn't listen to that. But I ain't listening to that, man. Hey, that don't align to my image. You know what I mean? we got good music still. I think them guys, the guys today don't have like the proper music. Luckily, a lot of them still listen to the old stuff, but they don't have the privilege like we did.
Yeah, I know, like Michael Jackson. What a privilege to grow up in Michael Jackson's time.
Yeah.
And to be that generation who wanted to grow up and be like Mike. I remember being in my room and playing Michael Jackson and doing the moonwalk and
the dance. Hello, I lost you.
Hairbrush in my hand.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, just trying to be Michael Jackson in my room,
You were getting the shoulders on it.
But, that was it. He was a childhood and like, wow, what a legend. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing music to grow up to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some amazing legends. Also, I mean, obviously now is a new era and they have their own legends, of course. And, I think as you get older, you try and you're nostalgic. So
you hold on to the same tracks.
So you think, oh yeah, my era was the best because So, but obviously, I suppose this generation will think about XXX. You know what I mean? And
and stuff like this,
he was. Remember him. So I suppose it's different generations. But you do feel like. Because music was harder to make back then, you feel like the people appreciated it more and they put more graft into it. It's so easier to make music now, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You don't need no talent. One key.
Ding,
ding, ding, ding, and you're done. You're done.
Yeah, like, and they've made it so easy, which is great in a lot of ways because now, music is accessible. I remember thinking, like, how would I even get in a recording studio when I was like, how did it happen? You know what I mean? Like, but now it's like you can just set it up on your home computer and just away you go. You know what I mean? And
I think what happens today is I think people are more talented today than they were back then.
You think
like
so?
I think that like people today they're playing like 25 instruments, doing ridiculous stuff. But back then you really had to hone your craft. So when you made it back then, you was good. Then again, I don't know if I'm gonna say that. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. When you had Pet Shop Boys, man, they weren't that good. Don't get me wrong, they were good for what they did. But let's be honest, could they stand next to today's talent? Not really. A lot of these guys, even people like Phil Collins made a lot of good songs, but vocally he wasn't that strong. But could he stand today? Some of these guys, you would have no chance. So back then, you used to hone your craft, and you didn't have much luck. I think you just kind of you just have to be doing it. Today, you need to have a lot of luck, man. You need to be like, okay, I'm doing it, and I got a lot of luck too, or make your own luck, whichever way you look at it. So what was your influences? Was like Michael Jackson and stuff?
Yeah, Michael Jackson was a big one. I used to love like his music videos, epic. Remember when you knew there was a Michael Jackson video about to drop? It was like, it was amazing.
Black or White, man, was good.
Yeah.
Or the one with Eddie Murphy, which was one with Remember the Time in it.
Yeah.
I want to put it on now, man.
I know it.
I'm gonna listen to after this. I'm gonna listen.
But that was like more of his like R&B type style, wasn't it? Like for him, because he was quite rock as well, wasn't he?
Yeah,
but he was one of those artists that sort of bridged the gap between rock and R&B and sort of brought rock as acceptable with black people, because it really wasn't, was it? Like it was like,
well, it was. It was us who created it, and then it got stolen. The classic, then it got stolen. Then it was like it wasn't you guys, it was us. So let's try and regain it, reclaim the music again.
Yeah, I mean, because I wish one of the things I wish I did as well when I was younger was had an instrument. I could play like.
Don't play an instrument.
Not like I know how to play it in now. Like I know how to play keyboard and all that, and I'm learning to play the guitar. But I'm saying like when I was younger, if I had that head start when I was younger, like that would have been, that's why I try and do that for our children now, is like,
yeah, for sure.
I try and get them on an instrument as soon as possible, because the sooner the better, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's those first, what is it, 10,000 hours, is it, to be a master or something?
Yeah,
like
that.
But the sooner you start, then the closer you are, you know, when they get to like 18, 20, you know, they already got a few hours in their pocket, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that appreciation now of music is definitely there. I mean, but I always had it, but I think I just didn't, because I didn't see, my dad played the trumpet, but he wasn't really like, he didn't do it a lot, you know, it wasn't like a big thing. So, but yeah, I didn't have that thing of, go and get an instrument, why don't you just learn, you know? But I used to appreciate guitar music, and now I love guitar music. I mean, I listen to also, I'm a big Coldplay fan, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, they're good, they're really good.
Yeah, I mean, I just love them. I love, I just like good music that's written well, and you know, and has the meaning to it. That's what I like about Coldplay's music. A lot of it has meaning. I like songs that have layers to it as well. You know what I mean? It's not just one layer, you know, you unravel it, you know, where you listen to it after, you know, 20 times, and then you get another meaning out of it. Like, oh yes, so there's that too, you know what I mean? So I like music like that as well, that you can unravel.
Yeah, man, Coldplay was epic, man.
But in terms of hip hop, I mean, obviously you got your Nas, you got your Jay-Z, you know, the obvious
Tupac.
Yeah, I mean, I was a Tupac fan before it was cool to be a Tupac fan. You know what I mean? Like, you know, before all the, you know, Death Row and all that, I listened to Me Against the World album and Tupacalypse Now, and I had those albums and I enjoyed them at that time. You know what I mean? Now, look, Tupac's an interesting character, and as time goes on, I feel like it gets more crazy when I think about his life, and I realize stuff that had gone on in hip hop and hip hop itself. You know, some of the things that go on in hip hop behind the scenes, it's mind boggling.
It's crazy. It's like, I think it's like I think it's a lifestyle, isn't it, man? That kind of, like, I have a lot of American rappers come on this segment, and they're always like, you know, you like, when you're making music like that, that's your reality. Because I was asking about like this, I don't really I'm not drawn to this kind of black on black violence kind of in music, you know, when always like, I gotta kill a brother, you know, like the N-word and stuff. And I'm like, you know, you can leave that out, but one guy broke it down to me and said that's their lifestyle, you know, when they put it in there, and you know, I was like, yo, I'm living outside that, man. So that's why I don't understand or identify with it.
Well, I think as well, it is destructive to our culture, in my opinion. I definitely think so. But I think that's not just the culture of the streets, it's the culture of the record industry. You know what I mean? And I think the producers also push that on them. Like, you gotta, you know, you gotta come a certain way. And they channel. I was listening to Pharrell actually talking to Rick Rubin. I was into that podcast yesterday, and he was saying how when artists come in the studio, he used to get them to channel certain energies, you know, and what he means by that is channel certain artists, you know, and it's like, you know, that's how they do things to get a reaction. You know what I mean? If you're a certain way and you're doing songs like this, you go do a song with Pharrell, he wants it to be a hit. He's trying to get something out of you. He's trying to get a different reaction out of you. You know what I mean? You know, so I can imagine being in the studio with Pharrell, and he's like, you know, I want you to talk about this. I want you to, you know, give me that street, you know, or give me an N-word, or give me a, you know, do you know what I mean? And it's part of the culture as well. And I mean, that's what I mean. Hollywood is a crazy disaster, place,
man. It's a disaster.
It's a crazy place. And the more I get older, the more I realize, like, wow, you know. And that's one of the motivations, I think, for me making music too, because I think I just want some music out there that isn't necessarily from that. It isn't, you know, being, you know, doesn't have all the, you know, doesn't have to have the N-word in it, doesn't have to have strippers in it, doesn't have to, you know, so my kids can listen to some music that isn't, you know, they can listen to hip hop without it having all their stereotypes. Do you know what I mean?
Sure,
No,
man.
so that's one of the motivations as well. Is like, and that's other kids as well. That other kids, maybe they can have some music that, you know, isn't necessarily influenced by all that, and isn't, you know, got the same stereotypes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So, do you write your music?
A lot of it, yes, but some. I realized actually that, you know, sometimes you can't be a jack of all trades. When I first started, I tried to do everything. I mean, like when I made a beat, like I didn't want any samples. I literally wanted to play every note of the song.
Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. I got about 300 songs though. I got about 300 songs because of it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, it was my genuineness, my sincerity, my heartfelt sincerity in the music that I had to create this myself. You know what I mean? This had to be something. I didn't want to cut corners. You know what I mean? But eventually I realized, you know what? Some people can just make beats better than me, and I've been blessed enough to meet some very talented producers along the way. And you know, sometimes they give me beats and they give me music, and yeah, I use their beats sometimes. But I have a lot of songs as well that beats are made by me. Actually, I tend to use Logic a lot.
Yeah,
Logic.
Until they move from
Logic
PC, man.
Pro X, I'm on now.
They moved from PC to Mac, and then started charging them on an arm and a leg, man.
Say again.
Do you remember when it used to be on the PC, Logic? I think got to like 5.5 platinum or something.
Did it go? Was it on PC?
You don't even know that?
No, I didn't know that.
No. I used to use it.
I remember Cubase. Cubase was on PC.
Yeah.
But I thought Logic was always a Mac thing.
Nah. Logic used to be on PC up until 5.5 with platinum, and then they struck a deal with Apple, and then they created Logic and GarageBand together. I guess I don't know. And yes, screwed all us fans, man. Us loyal followers, man. Who used to just use Logic. Yeah, man. I did migrate to Apple after that. Got myself a PC, and then I was using Apple Logic 10, but then my PC Apple's broke now because it was old. And I've been trying to get a new one, man, but I don't want to give out the $4,000, man. I just don't want to do it.
For Mac.
For Mac, yeah. It's like $4,000 or something. But if you want a good one, if you want a proper one, you gotta fork out the money, man.
Yeah. In English, it's probably about £1,000, just above £1,000 for a basic level Mac.
Yeah.
But if you get a second-hand one, though, you could probably get one like £700.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes I don't even want a Mac I don't even want Apple stuff sometimes. But they've got me. You know what I mean? They got me. It's like the allure, like Jay-Z said, like, you know. You're hooked. You want to get out, but you can't. Your law just keeps drawing you back in.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna listen to one of your songs.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can get this up, man. I don't know. Introduce to your first song, half time. Yeah. Introduce to half time, man.
This is a song that basically I created during the 2020 when we had a home birth, and a couple of weeks before my wife gave birth, I created this song, and it's just a song that just came to my heart, and I just thought just record it, and I recorded it. I was on the bus, and I had this like melody for a chorus, and it's only half time. I was listening to the beat. I made the original beat as well. A producer came and actually improved some of the beat, but the melody was all mine. I had the beat already, and when I was on the bus, I just had this melody. It came on, and then I was like, you know, and you have to record it on your phone. You know, I was like, I just pressed because they only use. So I just had that as a recording, and then eventually got this great singer from America, from Fiverr.com, called Justice Chanel, and she did the record. She did it in like a day, and she was like, she smashed it. And yeah, and then eventually I got some help from Sweden. So this song has been around the world, you know.
Yeah, man.
So a Swedish producer started working on it as well, and yeah, it became what it is, and I love it. Yeah, Halftime featuring Justice Chanel.
All right, let's play it. I'm gonna get this up.
Don't get stuck in a rut. Life has meaning, just never give up. Some stars go far, they're ahead of their time. Some just need to refine. You need to combine your feelings with believing inside, cause sometimes these can collide. That's when the subconscious demons go deep in the mind, but sometimes seasons arise. Yeah. And that's my philosophy. Getting irate only makes false economy. I know I make no apology. This is my promise. Be anything you wanna be. 2020's been a crazy time, and many things have been playing on my mind, but still I take each day at a time. I've gotta stay focused and stay in my mind.
It's only half time. Life has just begun. This is the beginning. Look where you've been and done. It's only half time. Life is just begun. As long as we are living, we're children of the sun.
Halfway through life, I turned 40. The 6 children, a wife coming shortly. If my wife gives birth tonight, I feel that creative burst of early life. You see, my wife knows purpose, she serves me right, even though I don't deserve or earn the right. But somehow I've ended up with the perfect wife. I guess that's what the journey's like. I travel light, forgiving all of my enemies. Take risks, got flair like the 70s. Stop sapping all my energy. You are who you're meant to be. Isn't that the penalty? And it feels so heavenly. Just imagine a world without jealousy. Looking at your own self in the mirror. Still plenty time to deliver. Go.
It's only half time. Life has just begun. This is the beginning. Look where you've been and done. It's only half time. Life has just begun. As long as we are living, we're children of the sun.
Lord, give us strength, give us back power, give meaning again. I don't wanna be broke, so I need to repent, so I don't be a sheep and be a leader of men. Yeah, I do this for my children, my children's children, a legacy of hope. We raise a toast from city to city and from coast to coast. You feel low? Grab a hold of this rope. Cause there's a love pandemic, it feels good when you get it. Don't sweat it, just give Corona the credit. There's a feeling that I feel like never before. It feels like I'm really ready to soar. And as I spread my wings, let go of these things, I realize there's much more to life than just diamonds and rings. As good souls turn kings and queens, my heart sings, it sings, it sings.
It's only half time. Life has just begun. This is the beginning. Look where you've been and done. It's only half time. Life has just begun. As long as we are living, we're children of the sun.
Yes, man. Unmute yourself.
Oh,
Yes, that's a nice song, man. I must say, it's a nice song.
oh, cool,
Nice
cool.
song, by the way.
Yeah. I think it, you know, like he really gave it. What the other producer did was he gave it really cinematic.
Yeah.
feel, You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I really like that.
I can see the
Yeah.
Coldplay influence in it, the European influences in there. It could be like
Yeah.
a little bit of an American sound. I mean, how would
Yeah.
you describe it actually?
I'd say I think it's got a Swedish kind of sound to it as well, but I think he's got an American, but it's mixed with American. I know when I was chatting with him, he was talking about the new Justin Bieber track that he did with what was his name? What's that? The rapper, what's Chance the Rapper? Yeah.
Okay.
Justin Bieber, he was talking about that tune. He was saying how it inspired him, the drums from that tune that they did together. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the latest one. So yeah, it does have like an American feel, but at the same time, I can feel the Swedish thing as well, like the dum 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 dum, like the dance house kind of vibe as well. So yeah.
It's nice though, man. It's a really good sound. It's current. It would do well in the charts. No, it's
hopefully I'm going to start working on music videos soon. But I wear a lot of hats, you know, so I'm photographer, videographer, dad, everything. So I'm trying to fit the music in.
You know? You worse than me, man. Hey, I got no time for anything anymore. No one will know the struggle of being a father. And I know you've got like more kids than me as well. So it's like
okay, yeah. How many you got?
Got 3.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice, you know. Yeah, that's hard.
Try 6, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
I was gonna double as much. Me, I'm struggling with 3, man. But I'm sorry, and you still look good. You still. I'm cracking here, man. The only thing you probably lost, I don't know if you're a natural bald-headed guy. The only thing you lost is your hair.
I know, innit? But you know what? To be fair, I started losing my hair before the kids.
Oh, really? Okay, then. That's
yeah. In fairness to them, but it's probably gone a bit more grey because of them.
Mine's gone grey too. Every day I'm like, yo. So I'm looking like an Adam's family member. All right. So yeah, so you told me you produced your track. You told me the motivation was your wife and the birth of your new child. So and you told me what you thought of your music. So what I'm sorry. Who would you love to work with, man? Who's your ideal person?
You know what? I like lyrical, like MCs, like I love Lupe. Randomly, I love Lupe Fiasco.
Okay.
He's not someone that a lot of people probably recognize, but Lupe Fiasco came out, when was it? It was like about 10 years ago, wasn't it? He originally came on the scene. He came out through Jay-Z's label, and I just always thought he was really lyrical. I actually met him one day, funny enough.
No.
I met him in Liverpool, and because I was doing some filming because I was at uni, and the show, and Miss Dynamite was headlining, and then Lupe was like he was playing second fiddle to Miss Dynamite because this was just as he got signed, literally. So like they were just getting ready. I mean, he just came out with the song with Kanye West, Touch the Sky.
Okay.
Got to touch the sky, let's testify. So he just came out with that, and basically the album had just been secured. Like Jay-Z had like produced his album, and he was just becoming big. But if in fact,
hello. We're suffering technical difficulties here, and he was about to get to the best part as well.
Oh, right, okay. I was taking over your show there, man. I was getting ready. Oh, your sound isn't on us.
Sorry, no, that's all right. I'm glad you did that because for some reason I just disappeared. I was like, hold on a second, where am I here? I was in like in the middle of nowhere, like not in the living world and not in the dead world of the dead. I was in the middle, like, okay, I'm alone now, you know.
You was definitely in the black hole.
Yeah, that's
the Blackopolypse. You went into the Blackopolypse, innit? Back there, man.
So go back a bit because I didn't catch what you said. You said you wanted to work with Lupus. What was it?
Lupe Fiasco.
Lupe Fiasco, exactly. And then you were talking about doing an album with Jay-Z. Just signed with Jay-Z, and you was doing a recording with Dynamite and all that.
It was a live show. It was a live show in Liverpool, and he was like supporting Miss Dynamite.
Okay.
And I remember I got to talk to him after because I had the backstage pass because I was filming.
Okay.
I just went up to him and just started chatting with him. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm a rapper too. He's like, oh yeah, you got a demo? I'm like, oh no, I haven't.
No,
actually, you know what?
You lost. That was your only chance. And you didn't do it.
That was it, innit? That was the chance. That was the time. And oh gosh. Anyway, and he even invited me backstage, but I was like, you know what? I'm filming. I couldn't even move. So, but no, he's cool. And obviously, there's the obvious ones like Jay-Z, like Nas. obviously, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying that, you know, that they're very inspirational guys, aren't they? And they're very talented MCs. In terms of, yeah, I mean, like singers, Jill Scott is awesome.
Yeah.
Like Lauryn Hill is awesome. And, you know, I was really inspired by her.
Oh, you got to do Erica Badu then as well?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. She was cool. Actually, she's a Pisces like me, so we'd probably like really get each other like that. We'd connect.
Yeah. Some old souls, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, a Common as well, another Pisces head. Yeah, he's cool. And I think Coldplay would be cool as well. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
No. I think
that'd be awesome.
If you ever get on with Coldplay, you know, Drake, any of these got Jay-Z, you just got a guaranteed hit.
I know, innit?
Dre,
yeah,
guaranteed, and that's why, you know, if you work with them, you're good to go, man. So
yeah, sure.
So what's the plan? You hit on it a bit earlier, but what's the plans for an album or EP, or what's your plans?
Yeah, I've got a plan to bring out an album in the next couple of weeks, called The Love Pandemic. Yeah. Or A Love Pandemic, should I say. And it's just inspired by current events, and also inspired. It's, to be honest, I wrote most of these songs a long time ago, and I've realized one of the things that kicked in last year was that I was actually ahead of my time, and a lot of the things I was trying to say actually just happened. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my God, you know, like, maybe I should let someone listen to this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so like, it's like, yeah, you know, it kind of fit in, like, because a lot of the things I was saying, like rise of machines and technology and all those things that I made this in my bedroom, you know, and now I'm looking at it and I'm listening to it again. I'm like, wow, that was so like that fits in with
prophecy,
now.
and
like,
it was
a
prophecy.
Yeah, you know, like prophet. I don't know. I don't know whether a prophet ever calls himself a prophet, but
well, I'm calling you a prophet, Mark.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably what. Yeah, in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna start releasing a couple of singles, videos, and just see where it goes, man. I mean, you know, I'm not bothered. You know, if the great thing about now is that I'm not like trying to, you know, achieve a certain status necessarily. I'm just having fun. I'm just doing it because I love it and because I've got a purpose behind it. Yeah, sure. You know, and that feels great because the pressure's off. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just enjoying it. You know, I'm doing it because I like it. You know what I mean? Like, even if one person listens, two people listen, fine, that's all good, you know, because I loved it anyway. And maybe that message was for those two people, you know. So sure, you know, I like your energy. I get messages from people, and people, I get messages from people, and they say, oh, you know, I really loved that song, you know, it really inspired me, and that feels good, man. It just feels nice because you feel like, yeah, at least that inspired someone to maybe try and do something, or even if it inspires my own children to think, well, yeah, maybe I can make music in the future, you know, then that's great. You won. I won already. I already won. You know what I mean? That feels good.
And you're leaving a legacy as well, innit? For your kids, for your grandkids. They'll be like, yo, that's granddad. That was great granddad Mark Roberts, man. Mark Roberts, Mohammed, man. So yeah. All right. We're gonna listen to another song. I picked this song, of course. Something to Say, featuring Liz. Tell us about it, please.
Okay, Something to Say. That was a beat that I picked up years ago. I picked that beat up 10 years ago, and last year I was listening to it again, and I just thought, you know, I should do something with this, you know, and I just started playing with melodies, and then I started writing some lyrics, and it was a lot of what I was feeling at the time, and just feeling like, you know, we're at a time where it feels like you can't say certain things were being sort of censored, a lot of censorship going on, and still is. So I just felt like I had something to say, and you know, it's not, I wouldn't say it's controversial, but it's more like just addressing what a lot of people are feeling. So I'm speaking for a lot of people here. I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of people that had something to say about what's going on and have feelings about what's going on. And hopefully this can be a voice for them, as well as my own. But, you know, it can be something that's out there, that, because music has a way, it's hard to censor music. You know what I mean? Because music has a way of filtering into your bones in a different way. It's like hip hop rappers get away with so much. They say so many things, but it's, you know, if they just said it to you straight, you'd be like, nah, you can't say that. But because they said it to a beat, and you know, they can get away with anything. They can abuse women. They can do anything.
That's true, man.
You know, but you know, that's why music has that power, and sometimes it's good to use it for a force for good as well, and give a positive message out there for people to be able to play on the radio, and it's saying all the things that you really want to say. Yeah.
Well,
but,
I like this song.
It's featuring Lizzie J, who is a family friend, and she's amazing. She's a great singer, and she jumped on this straight away, and she did it like in a day, and it was just fantastic, and it just fit perfectly with what I wanted. But yeah, something to say, featuring Lizzie J.
Yes,
there you go. I'm rhyming every day.
Hello and welcome. I'm Nick Field with your latest news headlines. As the world experiences a love pandemic like nothing it's seen before, experts say it's about to get even more intense. For the very latest on this story, we go over now to Mark Roberts.
Okay. Looking at the bigger picture, looking to the stars, I hear a whisper. Since the day I was born, I've been a drifter. Thinking of the world to come, do we exist? We're in the midst of crisis and risk. People hold their fists to protest the passionate. Tell the people in charge we ain't having it. Opportunity comes, but who's grabbing it? I think it's time to be more compassionate. Looking to the self, reflection is a gift. We're in a shift in humanity. We need to give to live more happily and relearn to live life mastery. Keep up with life, it runs rapidly. That's the way that we live, it's like a factory. Reset the mode and get back to peace.
You got something to say. Don't let anybody get in your way, your way. Stop being afraid. Ooh, when you got something to say.
I think the government is getting out of touch. Thinking wearing a mask will ever be enough. People try and deal with the virus, it's getting rough. People try and suffer in silence within a rut. Instead of the virus of giving love, it's a recipe to indoctrinate, detox your faith. We lost the way, but today, we rise again. Let's talk being healthy, instead of waiting on a doctor to help me. Instead of staying home staring at the walls, how about going for a walk? Nothing going on, nothing to report. All my family is healthy, of course. Now can I get a round of applause? All the people on the front line war. Now let's talk politics. All the people who run and make promises. Remember that your job is to honor this, not to pocket for your own self-acknowledgement. We need more love again, but it seems that hate is more prominent. The only way to gain confidence, to engage with the people, is so obvious.
Ooh, you got something to say. Don't let anybody get in your way, your way. Stop being afraid. Ooh, you got something to say. Just say it, just say it now. Yeah, yeah. Just say it now. You got something to say.
Yeah, man. Yo, nice.
Oh,
Very nice song, man.
Yeah.
I must say. The message is good in there too, man. The health message in there.
yes,
is really good.
yes,
Obviously,
yes.
you know, with all the stuff that's going on at the moment with this whole virus that's going around, this supposed virus, that's going
Yes.
around, and people are going crazy, and then they're trying to like, you know, inoculate us with stuff. I don't know what
I
they're
know,
trying to
innit?
do. It's just a
I
bit
know.
weird. So
Creating mess with our DNA.
yeah, whatever it is, I don't know, man. All I know is I'm at the last. I'm at the end of the line, man. I tell you, I'm at the very end of this. I'm like at the end of the 7 billion people, man. That's where I am.
Yeah.
They're getting me
Yes.
last.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been crazy, really. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like common sense though as well. Like one of the things that I said there was like, you know, like instead of staying at home, why not get some exercise?
Yeah. Go and get walk. Go and be fit.
You know, like if there's, you know, if there's a virus out there, you need to be healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't just sit on the sofa and eat pizza and hope that that's going to protect you. Nah, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like common sense. These politicians don't have common sense.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. So yeah, I'm looking forward to putting that single out properly.
Sure.
And doing a video and everything because yeah, I think the message is important as well. And that guy at the beginning, the news broadcaster, that was another Fiverr.com artist. Right. And he jumped on it as well. And he was like, yeah, I'd be honored to do it. He was really happy to do it. So
yeah, Fiverr's a place, at it. Fiverr, you can get some good stuff on Fiverr, I must say.
Definitely, you can collaborate. I wish I had that like 10 years ago. That would be awesome.
Sure.
Like imagine like you can just collaborate, because I remember it was so hard to collaborate with artists.
Yeah.
Like all those years ago, like it was hard to find a good singer. It was difficult. Like, you know, you had to be out and about and know people, and then they got to come to your house, and then they got, you know, then you got to record them, and it was always difficult. But now Fiverr has made it so easy now, like, so you can just basically hear people's voices, you can see their CV, you know what I mean, and just choose them, and you know, and work together, and they just send you it over the internet, and it's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, awesome,
it's an amazing time that we live in, really, when you think about it like that. Like, wow.
Yeah, look, I'm a bit jealous of the younger people, man, because they get to like me. I don't know if you know Khan Academy and stuff like this, where you can educate yourself to the max. Like I was an education freak, man, when I was young. I used to just want to know everything, and I would have spent and invested. Like when I started playing piano when I was like 8 or 9, I spent like 6 hours a day just playing piano every day. That's what I did, because it was something I just found myself with. But I would have done that with anything, with maths, science. I would be probably the smartest person walking on the planet now if I had the opportunity. Okay, people would say, yeah, but you could have went to the library, but you know, we didn't have the money for the library, man. That's how poor we was.
Wow, that's poor, man.
That's poor. Trust me. So I was like, yo, yeah, man. So I envy the kids today, man, because I wish they would just use it properly, though, man, because they could learn anything, man. You know, anything. Okay, so you got any plans to do any touring once you finish your album?
Well, that's if we can even come out of the house. I don't know. But that's virtual touring at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I'm planning to do a couple of different things. Like maybe appear on a few like shows and podcasts and stuff like that. But yeah, I would love to start, you know, actually performing on stage in front of people again. That would be a blessing. That would just be amazing, because that's what I used to do, you know, and that was something that, you know, I used to love, the adrenaline of being on stage. And you know, it's mad. It's like the most terrifying thing, but then when you get out there, it's like the most amazing thing. It's like a roller coaster. Yeah, I used to really enjoy performing live. And to be honest, when I write songs, my whole process is like, I vision it as a live performance. When I'm writing lyrics, it's almost as if it's a play. And I'm thinking my lyrics, I imagine it as if, how would this sound if I didn't have any music? Do you know what I mean? How would people still enjoy it? Like, you know, and that's how I try and create music that has that kind of feel to it, that's like poetic in a way. And because when I used to perform live, I used to do a lot of acapellas and stuff like that.
Okay.
And people used to love that when I did acapellas, and you know, it was great. I felt like when you don't have when you just rely on your voice, you can have the audience in the palm of your hands, because you control the words and you control the expression, and every word can be put in a certain way, and people, you know, buzz off that, and you buzz off that, and it's a different way to connect with the audience rather than just like a beat. But yeah, I would love to perform, but I've got to just, once I've completed the work, then I can start thinking about how I'm going to put this out. I mean, all the music is on iTunes at the moment so far. Well, Something to Say isn't yet, but there's another tune called Lockdown, which you've not played, but that's on iTunes. That's a single as well. Yeah. I noticed actually that you put up the graphic for that when
for Lockdown, because that was the only graphic I had. So let these guys know.
Yeah, but yeah, there's another song as well called Lockdown featuring Lizzie J as well, and that's produced by Dreddy and my brother-in-law. And and that's doing really well. It's a really cool tune. And then also there's obviously Halftime, that's on iTunes as well. Something to Say is coming very soon. There's a few really cool ones that I'm working on. There's one song that I'm working on at the moment called Delete. Okay. And it's really heavy because it's basically talking about Facebook and all these media tech companies. And what they're trying to do with our personal information and everything like that. So it's like, it's like coming after those guys and basically, you know, saying what's going on.
You're edgy, you are, man, I swear.
Yeah.
You're gonna be careful, man. You need those guys, man.
Facebook is probably gonna like delete this,
he thinks it's gonna make you famous. They'll be like, you ain't gonna make you not in our book and then delete your song.
I know, innit. Well, let them come.
The irony in it, you know, you make a song called Delete about them and they delete you, man.
I know, innit. Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, man.
Not if I delete them first, though.
That's true. Yeah. Make sure you do that, man, because they're going on a bit stupid. Facebook, YouTube, all these companies, man. Yeah, man, they're stupid, man. All in their profit.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've got a couple of things, and then there's another one called Two Sides, which I'm working on as well, and that's a really cool producer I know called James Ritchie. And he's like a jazz, multi-talented guy, one of those geniuses, probably one of the best producers that I probably ever met, to be honest, because some of the stuff he does is incredible. Like he plays the piano, plays the bass, and he's like a jazz musician. He's got a jazz degree, and he makes really cool music. So I've got one of his beats that I've had for ages, because he sent me beats like from years ago. But so I've been sort of using them and working on them. So I've got a couple of things on the pipeline, and hopefully I've got so many songs, to be honest. Some of them I have to be ruthless and just say, you know what, I'll save that for another time, because there's a danger of creating too much music too soon, and maybe more of, you know, a gradual approach might be better, because I want to make sure it's good, obviously.
I think don't overload people and stuff. See, that's the thing. I'm like, I don't like about musicians, especially like some musicians, they'll make a song and then that song will be a hit. And then they'll make a song that's just slightly different from that song because they think that one's going to be a hit too. And I'm like, yo, why don't you just, enjoy yourself, you know, show people what you can do. And then spend time creating another song that's as unique as the one you made. But these people who do slightly variations of the same song, man, I can't stand them, man. I can't stand them.
Yeah. I think that's the industry there. It's like, they're like, oh yeah, you know, when they
cash in,
it's almost like a computer the way they run it, because it's like, if they feel something works, it's like, okay, well, that model obviously works, so do that again.
Do that again,
I mean? And that's their like mentality, like, you know, you know, gangster rap works, so do that. You know what I mean? Like,
sound
you know,
like this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like there's no kind of ingenuity or freshness that comes. But eventually, you know, times change, and you know, people will get tired of that eventually. I think people, you know, the tide will turn.
Sure.
As it always does.
Yeah. All right. Last question for today. When you hit it big, what car are you buying? I have to ask, man.
You know what? It is the mad thing is that it's not like a Ferrari. It's like it's a caravan. You know what I mean?
Caravan,
it's a caravan. You know, there's nothing
caravan
rapper about that whatsoever.
A caravan, man.
A caravan, you know.
What caravan? You get it's a Lincoln caravan, actually. A Lincoln. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm gonna check. Let me check if there's a Lincoln caravan, because Lincoln make nice cars. It always looks
There's some serious caravans out there. If you want to go deep into caravans, then I'm telling you, there's some serious stuff out there, man.
Or do you mean RV? Do you mean RV or just a caravan? It got be a caravan, man. Yo.
That's our dream. That's our goal, man. That's what we wanna have a nice one, though, a luxury one, and then you know we can travel, and I can do my tour on it as well. It's my tour bus.
That's it, man. Okay, so you want like a motorhome, a big, massive. Yeah, well, I mean, you do know you have to get the license though for these big ones.
Really?
Yeah, you have to get a big bus license for it. But it doesn't matter. Once you're making millions, you can do the bus license in a week.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or even 2 days. You don't have to worry about it.
All good.
You got the time, the energy, the money. You're good.
Yeah.
All right, man. That sounds good.
Well, you know, if you want to manifest,
you
know, it's like it's all about gratitude. You receive it and believe it as if you already have it now.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how you manifest, and that's what I do. You know, I already got my awards. I made my own awards in my manifestation room. I made my own awards, and I already got them. They're already there.
Yeah.
So in my head, they're already there.
Yeah. Just got to replace them with the gold one, and it.
Yes. I don't need the gold one. I'm like, whatever. Like, I already got it.
That's my Grammy. That's my Grammy there. You got a Grammy. I'm getting it. It's in the post.
Exactly.
That's how, actually saying that. Now that you said that, I'm gonna put my YouTube plaque. You know, I want my 100,000 subscribers YouTube plaque. That's all I want. So I'm gonna draw that on here. And then when it comes, I'm gonna just put the real one on.
Yeah, that's it. So you're telling yourself already, you already got the goal. Yeah. So now it's just about creating the content. Now it's just about making the music and that fits the award.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like it, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us where we can find you, man. It's been a great interview. Let us know where we can find you. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Apple, SoundCloud. Where can we find you?
You can find me at Mark Roberts Music on Instagram, at Mark Roberts Music on Facebook, and you can also hit up our family YouTube page called Thankfully True.
Yeah.
I also have a music YouTube as well, Mark Roberts Music as well, so you can look out for that. But this is basically empty at the moment, but we're working on it. But yeah, Thankfully True. Got like 1,300 subscribers, so that's growing quite well, and we're working on a music YouTube as well. So yeah, if you find that, then please subscribe and be the first one, so you can say, I've been down since day one. You know what I mean? I'm this guy from, you know, when he had no subscribers. Yeah. So
sounds good. A Facebook page? You have a Facebook page as well?
Yeah, Mark Roberts Music.
Okay, so everywhere Mark Roberts Music, as long as we
you put that in iTunes as well, like, and you'll find my music. So if you put Mark Roberts Halftime, then you'll get Halftime, Mark Roberts, Lockdown, and you get Lockdown. You can buy the single and support my music.
Yeah, man.
How great would that be?
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, because that's what it's about, man. Supporting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's
Well,
good.
thank you, Max, for joining me on this Saturday evening. It was a great interview, great show. Obviously, we're gonna get you back on. Maybe we'll get you and your wife on, man, next time. And we'll talk.
That would be nice.
You know, we'll do a family thing, man. Sack it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, man.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like, comment, subscribe, and check out Mark Roberts and also his family. His wife is a lovely lady too. His family is a beautiful family. They epitome of beauty, man. I'm coming to visit you guys in July, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Because you guys don't live too far away from my mom, so I'm gonna come over.
Right, okay.
I'm gonna hit you up soon as I'm there. End of July, if you guys are around, we're gonna get the family together. We'll have a barbecue, vegetarian, of course, and
yes,
have a good time.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Yeah, man. All right. Yo, then have a good evening, and I'll see you next time. Yeah.
Yes, bro. Thanks so much, man. Thanks for your time.
Peace.
Peace.